What's going on, guys? Section H Gaming back with the part 3 of the Greece Hellenic Republic playthrough. So we just joined the Belgrade Pact in the last episode. It's June of 1937. Waiting Serbia to make their move in the Balkans. That way we can get part of our territory back from the Bulgarians that took it during the first one of the previous Balkan wars, I suppose. And then we are just waiting here. I've taken the fortified Salonkia focus. Have about 26 days left on that. It'd be great if they could not fight the war until then, because I think it's canceled if we're not at peace. Going to go up on 5 speed here for you guys just to not have to wait. We have a decent... Bolivia declared war on Paraguay. We have a decent little stockpile and a decent little stockpile of manpower. Early on in the game, you have like no manpower and it just keeps draining out because you're trying to feed the amount of troops you have. So let's just go ahead and finish this up. Japan declared war on the Philippines. I guess the Philippines refused being a puppet. And only about 12 days left that we need to avoid a war in Bulgaria. I think also I can declare war on Bulgaria. Battle for Macedonia, but it doesn't really give me any buffs. You know, I just think since I don't get any buffs for it, it'd be kind of dumb for me to declare it. I don't know if Serbia gets any, but it'd be nice if they did. And then Paraguay. Reform in Middle Africa. There we go. Got the fortified down. Let's get back down to 4 speed. I really am shocked this war has not started already. So we're going to go ahead and get full recovery here soon. And spend some mining. It'll be nice. Let's see what forts we added. So you have 4 forts, 5 forts in that location. And 5 there. Very nice. Going to help us on some defense. I'm going to hold this pocket. Hopefully. And we'll at least hold the town, I believe, and then we'll try to push out with our army when the time comes. I'm hoping that the Bulgarian forces, as we can see here, most of them do not have any support equipment. Some divisions do, as well as I've seen some tanks. But a lot of them are just basic infantry divisions, which should be decent for us to overwhelm. But, like I said, we have a definite numbers disadvantage. I haven't trained any troops. I've just really not thought that was a great idea because I had no manpower, like no equipment. And I'd hate for the war to start and me have 0 manpower and like 0 guns and then just immediately be depleted. Somebody had to build another military factory. I've been building civilians, but I think since we're going to go... to war fairly soon, and I don't know how long it'll take. It'd be really nice if we could produce some more guns or some more artillery, depending on what the situation is. But now, Serbia did... Okay, so they're working on ultimatum to Bulgaria right now. Actually... Serbia can actually attack Greece, which would be interesting. They have 10 days left. So in 10 days we'll be at war with Bulgaria. Or they will be. I'm not going to immediately jump in. Try to let them take some of the upfront casualties of both forces colliding. Because also I don't have an air force, which is a little sad. You know, I was kind of hoping that I could build one up. And I will in the next couple episodes, I believe. But it's just, I just didn't have any factories or really any political power or anything to change anything. So I think I'm still on civilian economy, which is basically trash here. I don't even know if there's one to take me off civilian economy. Here, so Alaska leaves the Union, a new dawn for the Alaskan frontier. And our guns can be upgraded now, so we'll go ahead and, Fourth Balkan War, pause it here, The Bulgarian government refused an ultimatum of Serbia to hand over all territory that they seized from us and our allies under the Belgrade. No other option. The Serbian government has declared war, and as we are part of the Belgrade Pact, we need to come to their aid. Though we will face stiff Bulgarian resistance, the Belgrade Pact will surely emerge victorious. So I got some political power and some manpower. That's very nice. Positive political power for the first time in the game. We've got 12. That is just a huge change. So I'm going to take a little bit of buff there. And we're also going to swap over to the newest guns. It's going to take a little bit of upgrade, but like I said, I'm immediately not going to jump in. War in the Balkans. Fourth Balkan War. After years of resent and hatred towards Bulgaria, Serbian-led Belgrade Pact has taken it upon itself to destroy the Bulgarian hegemony over the Balkans once and for all. Declaring war today, the Belgrade Pact marches towards Sofia with the intent of seizing both their lost and claimed land from Bulgaria, the Bulgarian nation. Of course, Bulgaria will resist fiercely, but whoever wins will not put the Balkans at peace either way, as proven many times before. Final nail is being nailed. So let's see how we look right now. It looks like Romanians are attacking, Serbians are defending. And we have a few guys on our border now. It looks like they moved off some of the big divisions. So I am going to hop in here in 5 days, I think. Just to perhaps alleviate some of the pressure off here. So about September 3rd, maybe we'll jump in the war. Second, hold on. Somebody just declared war on the United States. I don't know. The second American Union. Okay, so they were not at war at first with the United States. Okay, that's what it was. Alright, so kind of a little stalemate here. It looks like nobody's taking anybody's territory, except for maybe up here. Some territory was seized, but let's go ahead and jump in, I think. And immediately we're losing here, unfortunately. So what we'll do, delete these orders. And if we can, we'll do a fallback line here. Try to alleviate some of the pressure. I think maybe we can break out here, and this will help our guys a little bit. And that'll make them not have as big of trouble. And then we can do maybe okay there. We have the fort defending, but no quick surrenders. That'll help us. And if we could only get if we could get 2 units on this tile, we would be fine. But it's just kind of in the middle here. As we're falling back, I think that should help. But that was canceled by another attack. But it may push us back onto that tile, which would be nice as well. Breaking them up here by Florina could be nice. And we're about to get the effects of Black Monday reduced and removed, actually, once we can take off advancements in mining. Plus 50 political power, so maybe we can select something soon. Alright, so got that done immediately. Going to start there so we don't waste any time. And really, not a great start for the Belgrade Pact. I know Bulgaria starts pretty strong. It looks like they have expanding their reserves, defending our land, core territory defense. They still have Black Monday, though, so maybe that's going to help limit their production and maybe run them out of some guns. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what their economy really looked like before that, but they still have Black Monday, so it's probably not great. We pushed up here in Florina. There's actually an open tile here, so we can just go ahead and move in, it looks like, again. We have two units here. And probably capitulated there. So Follow Manila secures Japanese grasp on East Indies. Looks like Romania's having some luck here too, so that should be okay. And we'll just go ahead and put another factory on guns, really. I don't think I could get an Air Force out in time, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And we may lose here. And I'd really like to evacuate these troops, since I don't know if we can hold this. We'll kind of continue to see. It looks like I'd like to evacuate those troops and put them back on the front line if it looks like we're going to have issues. But we can now finally take a general. So I think I'm going to do actually defense to help that out a little bit. That'll be nice. We get 10% defense and help us. And I think if we get in a bad situation like we kind of are in now, we might be able to defend ourselves a little bit better. I think it's probably smarter if I quit attacking. Let some of my allies maybe do some of the attacking. And I'd evacuate these guys if I could. But I don't know if I can evacuate them yet or not. Actually, they can. So they just left the port. That was very good, I think, to evacuate them. And then Sublime Ottoman Federations formed. And now I didn't lose anybody, which I think was probably the right call. We may have been able to hold there, but it was just really a bigger risk to lose those guys, I think, since that was a decent little size of my army. Would have been like 20-something% of my forces. So this line is reinforced now. I really don't think they'll be able to break this, and it should be okay. And then, let's see here. I'd like to split maybe 7 ships. Into just a couple of destroyers. And maybe some submarines. Actually, probably just the submarines, honestly. Into a new fleet. So I don't know. What was going on there? It's like I said, I don't really understand the naval too much. So let's convoy right in here. See if we can't sink some supply ships to Bulgaria. Maybe if they're buying some resources or something, we can stop them. Just a few submarines. Really not going to hurt my fuel too much, it looks like, as I do see it going down a little bit. But that's what we have to deal with. Romania kind of pushing the river a little bit. Pushing up here in the north, which might not be a bad thing for them. And right now I'm kind of trying to build up a little bit more resources. I think I'm going to try to push a little bit, maybe see if we can't put a little pressure on it so maybe our allies can advance. And about to take full recovery here, which will be very nice. And then I think we probably I think we'll probably go down the infantry tree, the land army tree, I should say, and just try to get some bonuses from that, maybe. And it looks like we're kind of breaking them across the board here. Let's go up on 5-speed maybe for this war. And Mike Leake has capitulated. And just so we don't have to sit here forever while this war is going on, let's look at the casualties here. Maybe it'll give us a little bit of insight of what's going on. Pretty even here. It looks like we've lost 66,000. And actually, I'm a decent way towards capitulation. 35% to Bulgaria's 10%. So I guess since I lost this one island here, we had an issue, and they pushed me a little bit here, but I just don't see them breaking the port line. And it looks like Romania is pushing them a little bit more, so I think that's just kind of pushing them back. And I'd like to see the Ottomans jump in as well, but I don't think they're going to. Let's see here, what are... I like to mobilize those destroyers too, but I just don't think that's economically the best thing to do. So we're going to pause our attack. Our allies, it looks like now we're kind of breaking them on their line. So if our allies can get on their fort line, which I'm assuming they have, we could really do good there, I think. And somebody's declaring war on the Ottomans. Not surprised there. They basically go through turmoil the entire game. So still have our fort line there. Going to keep us pretty safe, I feel like. And Serbia's broken in here. And that just spreads the front line of Bulgaria and Serbia, of course. But it really is going to put a hurt on them. And we're going to also move in. And a little convoy kill there. Not too great, not too bad. Better than doing nothing, though. I think that helps us really. And we're kind of pushing out, too. It looks like Bulgaria's maybe losing some supply, but I don't have any manpower. Let's check that here. Enemy in the east. Bulgaria is... got the infantry equipment, one support weapons. It appears that Bulgaria is going to declare war on the Ottoman Empire. Quite the play, I think, of recklessness. They're really not have much of a chance against the Ottomans, I wouldn't think, but we also have a very dangerous situation here. My guys have kind of all bunched up there, leading for a potential encirclement. There we go. Let's spread them back out, but that was weird. I guess it's the AI doing AI stuff. National elections. I want the king back. So I need to look at the menu here, I believe. I have to have a democratic elected government, so we'll just take the People's Party. We'll take the top one here, and then we can do let me cancel that and make sure I can do okay, yeah, so we can do referendum on the monarchy. Referendum begins. I was just sorry I canceled that. I was just a little bit worried that I had screwed something up and couldn't take it. So we're kind of pushing it here a little bit, doing a little bit better. I really need to get off partial mobilization. I need to get to partial mobilization. Monarchist sympathies will be increased. We want that, obviously. And Social Democrats Party. Death of Alexandros, leader of the National Unionist Party, died via a sudden heart attack. The former general has taken over leadership of the party and gave a speech in Athens honoring this man. So that's good. Go ahead and do this little artillery upgrade, and then like I said, I want to do some Air Force. So let's go ahead and take fighters, and we'll work on that after the war. It looks like if the war ever finishes, really. It's dragging on a little bit longer than I thought it would, but it looks like Bulgaria is kind of getting beat on all fronts, and they should be just kind of getting worn down. We can get partial mobilization, and I'll work on nationalizing. So, we wanted the Republican campaign. There are a number of advisors in the government's growing nervous about the prospect of monarch's victory. They're suggesting we could consider funding the campaign of our own in favor of republicanism, quietly, of course, so not to draw out speculation. So we want to discourage that talk. We want the monarchists to win. And Sigmund's coup in White Ruthenia. Let's see what that led them to be. No faction. Paternal autocrats. I think they would probably join the Reichspakt, but they need as many people between them and Russia as possible if they want to win. Second American Republic declared war on something revolt. Aristocratic lobbying. We need to pause this. Reports have a large number of wealthy Greek aristocrats are busy buying influence within the government when they call it lobbying, and they said assistance of influential Metaxas, who himself has weighed in heavy favor of the monarchy's restoration. If we allow this to occur, the monarchists will definitely get an advantage. We want to definitely allow that, and we'll see what it looks like now. Nicaragua has joined the Revolutionary Front. Interesting. Syndicalist rally. Small rallies have been held throughout the north by the Syndicalists, and a huge rally apparently planned for tomorrow in the city of Athens with their charismatic leader of the Syndicalist Party, preparing a fiery speech against the monarchy and all it stands for. There are fears that he might stir up any Republican support, and also plenty of support for his own ideas. Sending the police for sure. Trying to get that, and as soon as this war is over, I think I'm going to call this episode. But that could be like a year, so it seems like it. Just I don't know how these guys are still holding on, but it's almost like they're pushing Serbia too, which is just wild. Cuba joined the Reichspakt, Central Asia Federation, Republican revolt, keep it contained, shut it down with the extreme prejudice. I think we'll do that. Rioting has broken out in Athens in fear of Republican supporters of the upcoming revolution. We're followed by accusations that the government is attempting to rig it. There have been considerable damage and a large number of assaults on several aristocrats as well as monarchist supporters at the headquarters. If we don't do something, the damage to the monarch has caused will be significant. We're going to shut it down. Legion capitulated. Red Flood, nothing really for us there. We need to go ahead and pause our attacks. We're getting a little bit low on manpower, fall of Atlanta. We're getting kind of low on guns too, just kind of keeping that in check. I'd really like to retake this here. Monarchists have the advantage. The settlement within Greece is led up to the referendum appears to be favoring the monarchists. Some are suggesting that if the government was to intervene in a regular referendum, now would be the time to begin. More populous monarchists become, it's less likely the rigging would be successfully kept secret. But advisors said the alternative is that the monarchists might win. Do nothing. We must accept the yeah, we're just going to take the legitimate results here. I think that we're probably going to go monarchist, but I can always reset it and rig it if I need to. Alright, voting begins. Monarchist chances of winning the referendum is all but guaranteed. Today, all throughout Greece, voting has begun on the referendum to determine the future of the Fourth Republic. King Alexander is on hands. Athens, having returned to the country for the first time since his exile. It will be several days before the final results are tallied. Pins and needles. Independence Day, of course. And Romania bearing the brunt of the war here. It looks like monarchist victory. The question of the Republic's future has been finally settled, and is with celebration throughout the country that welcome back to the royal family. There is, however, already disagreement on who should assume the throne. Should it be King Alexander, the unpopular younger brother of who ascended the throne as, after his father and his brother were originally exiled, or Prince George, the brother who should have been the heir and has yet never been king? Alexander is considered the moderate and legitimate choice, considering George's authoritarian tendencies, but George is clearly the popular favorite. So we'll see about that. We'll see what our options are. The remaining Republicans gets. Yeah, I think we're going King George here. I think that's going to be a good idea. Whereas military man from the early age, Prince George is the eldest son of the late King Constantine, and shall create a strong monarchy along with German lines, where the king is a break of the powers of Parliament. And then, first crowned in 1917 and later exiled, King Alexander shall return the throne. A moderate man and figurehead who serves a constitutional monarch with only minimum formal powers. I think we're going King George. Hopefully we can still join the Entente. We'll see. But we are monarchists, so I don't know why we wouldn't be able to. And appears Bulgaria is getting pushed here. I'd like to attack these tiles to cut these guys off. And then maybe we can make a big push here if we can cut the lines. That way I think we'd be able to win this a lot easier. Not that we're not going to win, but I think it'd just make it faster, really, being able to attack here. The Mongol Empire rises from the graveyard. Okay, so Bulgaria surrenders. The armed forces of the Belgrade Pact have managed to revert the injustices imposed on us after the end of the Weltkrieg. Bulgaria will cede all disputed lands to the Belgrade Pact, and we must retreat our forces behind the border. And independent but greatly reduced Bulgaria will continue to exist for now. Belgrade Pact is victorious. Political power. Peace deal and God of the Wind is back or something. I don't really understand that, but war is over. What a relief. We lost default measure status, took battle from Macedonia, and King Georgios finished up. So a lot of stuff going on now. Dominican Republic's capitulated. Totalist in the Badia Commune. Interesting there. History repeats itself, and El Salvador declared war on Nicaragua, and some more wars there. So let's go ahead and take Purge Republicans. Give us a little bit of authoritarian democracy. And guys, I'm going to end it here. It is April of 38. We just won the war against Bulgaria. Have a lot of our stuff back. Where should we go next? Ottoman Empire. Let me know in the comments. We might be able to take them down when they're at war. We'll see. But now we'll focus on building up the Greek economy, building up the Greek military. I'm going to take partial mobilization before we finish this video, just so I don't forget it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.